Hi, welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. I'm your host, Brian Koval. Before we get started, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see me play your favorite deck or your spicy brew on the channel, I take donation deck lists. I'll do a deck tech, play a full Magic Online League, and help tune your list. If that sounds good, check out my contact info. It's in the video description below. Now let's go play some Magic.
Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Modern, and this is a donation deck from local Pittsburgh Wizard and friend of mine and level 3 judge extraordinaire, Eliana. Eliana likes Modern, and she's been playing this deck as long as I've known her, and she wanted me to check it out in the new metagame. So Uro, Field of the Dead, and Mystic Sanctuary have been banned recently, and this deck was pretty solid in that metagame, but if something is good and the decks around it get banned, but it doesn't get banned, that doesn't mean it's still good, because those decks that got banned might have been keeping in check decks that are good against this deck. So it's a little bit of a give and take, and she wanted me to test drive this thing. So the way this deck works, if you're not familiar, it's basically based on Vizier of Remedies. If a -1 counter would be put on a creature you control, put that many -1 instead. So Devoted Druid is the easiest combo here. Tap, add a green, put a -1 counter on it to untap it. So, surprise, it can't get a -1 counter, you have infinite green mana. Then with that infinite green mana, you can cast Walking Ballista for infinite, and to find the Walking Ballista, you have Duskwatch Recruiter, which can dig through your deck until it finds the Ballista. Collected Company and Court of Calling can find the Walking Ballista, or they can find Ranger of Eos, which finds Walking Ballista. So that's one of the combos. Another one is Kitchen Finks. If Kitchen Finks would die and it doesn't have a -1 counter on it, it comes back into play with a -1 counter on it. But it can't, so it just comes back into play without a -1 counter on it, and it becomes basically immortal. Every time it dies, you gain 2 life, and every time it dies, it comes back. Then if you have Vizier Seer, you can sacrifice it an infinite number of times, gain infinite life, and you can stop when you're happy with the amount of life you have. Live Voice of Plenty can put a +1/+1 counter on all your creatures. If you have infinite mana, it puts infinite +1 counters on all your creatures, and any attacker becomes lethal. And there's just a lot of moving parts trying to get this combo together. And there's Eternal Witness and Tireless Tracker in the deck as well if you need to grind a little bit. Knight of Autumn can destroy a troublesome permanent, and that's basically the entire deck. It's just that stuff and lands. Then out of the sideboard, you get some more toolboxy creatures for your Collected Companies and your Court of Callings. And then you get your Thoughtseizes and your Path to Exiles for when you need to interact with the opponent. And that's the deck. It should come together pretty quick. I expect we'll have some quick games, and I expect we'll have some grindy games. And let's go see how this goes in the new metagame. It's time for round 1. I'm on the draw, and mulligan decisions are going to matter a lot for this deck because you want to come out fast and aggressive, and you don't have a lot of control, like a legacy deck where you have Ponder, or even modern decks that play Opt or Serum Visions. You just don't have that. So this hand does not come together. Like Shalaya and Knight are things you want to search for once you're already set up. All right, we have a fan in the chat saying they like my videos. Just letting them know they're in one. I'm going to keep this hand. I'd rather keep a hand that has a lot of setup than a hand that has a lot of payoffs. So this hand I think is much better than the last one. So let's see what we're playing against here. The Vizier Seer gives me some play against removal. I can at least turn a removal spell, or play against Dredge. Great. I want to lead on Bird of Paradise here. So I can double or triple spell next turn. Yeah, I can play my whole hand next turn. Might be too slow against Dredge, we'll see. Alright, my opponent said they hope they don't embarrass themselves. I said me too, because I've never played this deck before. That's part of releasing a video every day, is you rarely play the same deck twice. Alright, they've completely bricked on Dredgers, so I'll take that. They actually milled 3 pretty strong enablers. So, gotten a little lucky, bought a little time here. The second horn. Okay, Vizier is hot. I think shocking in the black source, the overgrown tomb, is going to be fine compared to Horizon Canopy. And I think I do want overgrown tomb, not Godless Shrine. So here's this. There's this. And here comes Bird of Paradise. Build another enabler and still no Dredger. Alright, my whole hand is in play. Now it's time to find something to do with all this. All dressed up, nowhere to go. I can start attacking for one. Uh-oh, they found a Creeping Chill and a Dredger. They found Life from the Loam. A Golgari Thug and Prized Amalgam. Alright, yeah, now they're starting to go off. Oh, they found Ox of Agonis. I'm probably just dead right now. Yeah, Bridge from Below is banned in Modern, so I don't need to think about sacking a creature to blow up their bridges, which is something I would have had to do a while ago. I'm surprised they're loaming and not just oxing here. But I assume they know the deck better than I do. I probably would have just jammed Ox. So I guess if they have something else to keep this moving forward right now. Conflagrate from the hand for 0. Yeah, so that they're just putting that in the graveyard to burn me with in the future. So am I supposed to sack Viscera Seer here to scry 1? I don't think Giver of Runes is going to be super helpful either. I think I should probably be scrying. Sorry, Giver. I guess I could have given something pro-red before I did that, though I don't think that's going to matter. That on the bottom. I'm going to leave the Viscera Seer in play because if I find Kitchen Finks, I can gain infinite life. A company, bummer. Where were you when I needed you? Alright, so this Conflagrate is actually probably just going to wipe out my whole board. Yeah, maybe I fucked that up. Maybe I'm supposed to leave Giver of Runes in play. What's in my sideboard for this deck? Not much is the answer. Yikes. What's in my main deck for this deck? Do I have anything? I think I just need to combo first. Yeah, I just need to go off faster than I did. Like, Infinite Life does beat this deck. Oh, this looks like Ox coming my way. The red in this pause, they're choosing what they're delving right now. My opponent has guessed that I'm playing Yawgmoth, which is not the case, so I will let them think that. So here comes Ox, that triggers Prized Amalgam. Ox will mill a zillion cards. And this Prized Amalgam will trigger any amalgams that get dredged after that. Dark Amoeba, okay, that one shortcuts it, so they come into play even faster. They just dredged a loam, so they should be able to get their blood gas into play too. So Like, I didn't run out this Vizier last turn. They could have just conflagrated and killed 4 creatures. And I definitely lose. Or 5. Probably am going to lose. But at least Collected Company gives me a chance. Oh, they still have the conflagrate for everything. Bottom. Go to Druid. You're too late. Yeah, I am just dead on board, so I don't even know what I'm looking for. No witness, what does that do? Gets back a land, can block, but no, I'm just dead. Yeah, pretty sure there's not a single card that could be helpful here. I needed this Collected Company or Kitchen Finks immediately. Dead. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're playing against a faster, more degenerate combo deck than me, but now that I know what I'm up against, not a Scavenging Ooze deck. That's a shame. Gadok Teague does stop Conflagrate from getting cast. Collector Oof can turn off Shriekhorn, but it also turns off Walking Ballista, so that's mediocre. Brent Forge Tender can stop a Conflagrate from wrathing me. Probably don't actually want this. I could Thoughtseize them, try to clip an Enabler on the play. Looking for like any way to interact. I'm not sure if I have the choice to Thoughtseize them or play a mana creature, I'm not gonna Thoughtseize. I think I might just want Teague and Brent Forge Tender on the play just to maximize how fast I can go. Not a matchup for Tireless Tracker. There's no time for that. I also think, well, Shalai gives me Planeswalkers and my other creatures hexproof. So Shalai can protect me and the squad from Conflagrate. Giver of Runes is fine, but they're gonna kill everything, kill anything. So I think Brent Forge Tender is a fine upgrade to that. Knight of Autumn is also kind of medium, but it can kill a Shriekhorn, I guess. I don't know. No, that's probably worth Giver. Joker can also name Shriekhorn. I could bring in some paths to buy time, but I think if I need to buy time, then I'm already losing. Yeah, I'm just going to try to go fast on the play. I can decide in game 3 if I want to be more reactive on the draw. Mother of Runes, Duskwatch Recruiter. This is just too slow. I can try this. This isn't a whole lot faster, but like Kitchen Finks is a combo piece, Giver Runes is protection. Like if I can just get up to this Collected Company, and yeah, like if I can get this Finks into play and then Coco, that could end up just playing the game on the spot. There's a lot of 2-card combos in this deck. Gonna depend on how fast they come out. Axed. Mostly fine. Card was bait anyway. So that did enable Dredger. So they could just Cathartic Reunion me here, and then I'm DED. And Creeping Chill. Creeping Chill is such a crazy card. Like, when that card was printed, it just supercharged Dredge in so many formats. The fact that you essentially start at 8 life against Dredge because they have 4 Creeping Chills, There's a lot less work they need to do in play. It feels like Cathartic Reunion. Yep. Card 2 cards, draw 3 cards. Hit Narcomoeba. They didn't hit a second Dredger though, so I'll take that. There is an Ox in the graveyard. Fetch for my overgrown right now. Damage for it. Do I play Birds of Paradise to make sure I can Coco next turn, or do I get this Sphinx into play? It's actually a really decision. Not convinced that's right. But Sphinx can at least test the board. I'm not just gonna start taking 3-point chunks from this amalgam. This is Loam and not another Cathartic Reunion. So they did just draw 2 fresh cards off this reunion. Okay, it's Loam. Sweet relief. It's time to draw a land. Deck on tap land. Fuck. Alright, this is another turn I have to survive now. They didn't do much last turn, so I'll take that. Right, that Shriekhorn didn't do anything. Oh, that one was really good. Hit Stinkweed Imp and Creeping Chill. 2 for 2. Yeah, so I've taken 9 just from Creeping Chills already this game. Still don't have a Conflagrate in the graveyard. So that's good news. I'll take that at least. Probably going to Ox here. Ox me a question. And the answer is going to be Ox. Yeah, basically I need to company into Seer and Vizier of Remedies. If I draw a land off the top, then Coco can hit Vizier and Knight, or a Ranger Captain of Eos, Knight Captain of Eos. Which one is Ranger Captain of Eos? Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of dredging. That's all 4 Creeping Kills have hit. There's 2 prized amalgams in the bin right now. No Narcomoebas, but I think they still have their land drop and Loam in hand, so they can get that blood gas back to trigger their amalgams for next turn. They hit a Conflagrate, so they can damage right now, 4/5. I'm not quite dead to that. This is definitely tight. No doubt about that. Conflagrate is a sorcery. So if I get to my turn and I get to pop off, I will at least know. All right, they had a fetch land in play. They don't even need their land drop in low. Oh, and I'm under 7 life, or I'm under 10 life, so these blood gas have haste. Might actually be dead right now. So I have to block, This has to attack. See, are they getting in with everything? Yeah, shit. So block here. They can deal 3 to me with Conflagrate. I'm going to 5 for sure. 5. Back up. If I tap my Giver, protect this, then I lose for sure. So yeah, I go to 3, back up to 5. I think this is the best block I have, but I think this also loses because now my Finks has a -1 counter on it. That sucks. Toxic pretty good card. Dredge is good when you have no graveyard hate, it turns out. So already, just off the top of my head, I would want some graveyard hate in this 75 somewhere. Just give me like a Scavenging Ooze, some Ravenous Traps. I don't know. Maybe I am supposed to bring in Thoughtseize and Path to Exile, or one or the other. Probably not both, because there's not really room to board in 6 cards. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to Coco into win, and I'm not even sure if that can be done. Like they can conflagrate my bird and my Finks here, and one to my face. Or they can just loam, so conflagrate is straight up lethal. That pro red. Okay, so here come all of these amalgams. Well, all in. See what happens. This is probably going to be. I did hit Viscerus here. Didn't hit Vizier though, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, absolutely dumpstered by. Like, I'm trying to go fast and be just ships in the night, kill my opponent without much interaction, but Dredge is the absolute king of doing that, and that was showcased there. On the draw again for round 2. This one has Chord of Calling. I'm going to keep it. We haven't had a chord yet. This is a grindier hand. I just hope I'm not playing against Dredge again, because we saw how that went last time. So shocking in a shock land will do less damage to me if this game gets grindy than just playing Horizon Canopy. Get Temple Garden. I need white for this Giver, and then I'm going to need as much green as I can get for the Chord. Uh-oh, Sulfur Falls. Sort of control deck, or is it like Phoenix? Is Phoenix back? Did we let that back in the format? Lightning Bolt is a scary card against my deck, though, in general. But if they spend their bolts on Giver, then they're not going to have bolts for Devoted Druid, which is kind of the whole point of Giver of Runes. They don't bolt me here. Yeah, okay, sure. This only targets other creatures, unlike the Legacy version, so it's just dead. I was going to say they need to bolt here, because if I untap with both Givers, then they're in trouble, because then they can protect each other. No land. I get the over this time. It is better to have that card in play than it is to not have that card in play. So I'm going to play this over the Finks. This needs to come off Summoning Sickness to function. Ouch. Might as well attack. Can't protect herself anyway. Okay, so I have the Chord. Oh god, Temporal Mastery. Just right off the top. Guess we're getting time walked. I can fetch and response. I'm not doing anything here. Maybe I should play around Blood Moon. Such a basic. I hadn't considered Blood Moon, but it is a card that has some history at being in main deck of modern decks. I'm not punished. Are you serious? They're just naturally chaining together multiple time walks. Oh, that one didn't even do anything. Literally like it didn't happen, so that's fine. Did Ancestral Vision. Deck is wild, and I'm kind of into it. I'm gonna play my Devoted Druid. If they remand it again, I can replay it. They have a more permanent counterspell. Alright, they didn't get basic force this time. Just in case they do have Blood Moon. But Giver is not attacking this time. This is the whole point of the deck. Giver's got the shields up. Horde can get the Vizier. Then what? Alright, so if I play Kitchen Finks, then I'll have 1, 2, 4 mana. Untap Devoted Druid for 5. Okay, so I actually can Finks plus Chord this turn. Three, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, I don't even need to untap it just yet. So I'm just gonna put this in play. I'm just gonna sit this here. If they do anything, like now I'm beating down with Kitchen Finks, which is not irrelevant. Okay. They're gonna. All right. I was gonna say they're gonna get opt, but guess I'm wrong. They go after Giver. I can Chord in response. So I guess I should look at my deck, see if there's a 3-drop I'd rather get. But I can't imagine. Can I get Shalai? Is that even good? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can't get a 4-drop. I can get a 3. Ranger Cap I don't think matters. I don't have anywhere to go with my infinite. I can set up the infinite mana, but or I could draw a card with Horizon Canopy. So if I untap 2, 3, 2. Yeah, so I can get Vizier. So they could have Force of Negation. All this thinking for no reason. Alright, so I get Vizier. And can draw a card with Horizon Canopy and see if it wins the game. If this is Chord or Company. Alright. Did not win the game. That's done. So I have infinite mana that they have to now deal with, but the mother being dead probably makes that pretty easy for them. And once they deal with this, I'm still beating down with Kitchen Finks. How do you not attack there? I'm never blocking. Neither of these creatures are ever blocking. Alright, come on, deck. Okay, Chord can get Shalai, and game is over. So I think I want to play it a little squirrely though. Like I'm just gonna attack with my 3 power creatures. Or Cord can get put 2 counters on this. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit here with this Cord in hand. I've been criticized before for playing combo decks like they're control decks, and like maybe I'm just supposed to go for it there. But I am ahead on board. Like these creatures are gonna beat their life total down, and they're gonna have to acknowledge them eventually. And if they tap out, I can start really going nuts on them. Eternal Witness. Okay, so that'll force some action. So I'm gonna cast Eternal Witness, targeting the Court of Calling in my graveyard. And then that will force them to respond because that Court is lethal. And they don't know about the Court in my hand. Socialize should win the game here. Like I could get infinite life, but I already have infinite damage lined up. So this should be good. Remand definitely doesn't do the trick. Yeah, they're just dead. Okay, cool. By conceding to the Eternal Witness, they were probably just dead anyway, but I don't feel bad for playing cautiously. I will not apologize for that. Okay. Thoughtseize, probably something I want here. Camball also seems pretty good. Knight of Autumn, they could have Blood Moon in their deck, but I'm not sure if I want that just for Blood Moon. This is definitely a matchup that could get grindy for Tireless Tracker. I'm bringing all this stuff in. What do you even cut? God, combo decks are so hard to sideboard with. This is the hard part of playing this deck, for sure. So they have Temporal Masteries. They have Ancestral Visions. I have to imagine that they're probably an As Foretold deck. What do you even cut? Maybe one less Finks. Definitely want Collected Company. The Mana Dorks actually might be cuttable here, or at least shaveable, because they're probably going to bring in like Anger of the Gods, which destroy all creatures. So being less exposed to that makes sense to me. Like it slows down your game plan, obviously, but it also uh, mitigates your risk. All right, so I don't think I need the second tracker. Just having one to hit seems pretty good. Yeah, I'm still going to try to maintain my combo deck status. If they show me a wildly different deck or I learn more about their deck in game 2, then I can change it again in game 3. This is all stuff that if you put in the reps with the deck, you would know already. All right, well, I have the entire combo in my hand, so I'm going to keep. Obviously, they're going to have Lightning Bolt and shit, but still going to keep this good hand. So I have 2 white sources, so I can curve Devoted Druid, then they destroy it, then I play Ranger Cap, and I can get something, whether it be the Ballista or Mana Creature or Viscera Seer. All good. Your explosives on 2. Okay. You're gonna need that. Tomb. There you are, right at the wrong time. Alright, yep, I'm gonna make them do the thing if they want to do it. So there's not a window to destroy both Vizier and Devoted Druid. Like I'm gonna have infinite mana if they let Vizier resolve. Pop it now or pop it never. They could also bolt Devoted Druid. Then I can just make a bunch of mana. I probably should have tapped Devoted Druid to cast Vizier. Yeah, that was not good. I could have done this better. I could have also played Ranger Captain this turn. Yeah, fuck that up. Another rookie mistake. 2 mana. Down the drain. Yeah, if I had tapped the Druid, Plains and Druid, no, I guess I still don't have double white for Ranger Captain, but one, I guess I still don't get to double spell. It's just awkward. Maybe fetching black was the problem. There's definitely a way I could have sequenced that game, or this game so far, that would have made this work better. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Straight into brainstorm mode. So I can just attack Jace for 3. That was a actual 4 mana brainstorm. Unless there is some 0 mana, they play gut shot. What are they going to do when I just attack for 3? They could play Force of Negation. But I think I want to set up my Ranger Captain. So I'll get Ranger Cap and search for, I think, Vizier. Yeah, Vizier is definitely the most interesting one here. And attack Jace for 3. And now the question is, do I silence them on their turn or on my turn? I'm going to play Vizier. There is a Godless Shrine in the deck to do that with. Okay, so if I think they have a sweeper, it's better to sacrifice Ranger Captain. The bottom line of text on this card is your opponent can't cast non-creature spells this turn. So if I think they have an Anger of the Gods, it's better to do it now. If I think they have a handful of counter spells, it's better to do it on my turn. But I'm just going to do it now. I think it's more likely they have removal. So it's probably they have both. I think it's more likely that removal win the game for them than counter spells. I guess is how I meant to say that. Because I have 3 power on board now, just regardless of counter spells, I can just attack them. Tried to pay mana for something, 3 mana. They were either messing with me, like that could be a bluff, or they actually have something good. It kind of looked like Blood Moon. It was not Anger of the Gods mana. And they fetched a lot of basics so far. So I can try to put Devoted Druid into play right now. I think I actually like that. I'm going to rebuy Devoted Druid. Oh, yeah, they'll probably just counter. Okay, so if they have Blood Moon, I can draw a card. Still attacking for 3. I am ahead on board here. They found Temporal Mastery. This curves perfectly into the Blood Moon also. Yeah, these Temporal Masteries in the mid game are way better than like when they were only had 2 lands and were missing land drops. Wow, that's bad. Our set card if I'm going. Guess I could do that on their turn any. Sure. Opt. Yeah, that was a really good time to draw Temporal. Now they get to activate Narset twice before I even get to do anything. Normally they would have had to cast Narset, lose it in combat, get 1 card off it. What I'm saying here is that Time Walk is a good card. This Giver of Runes gives me some hope for the future. Now they're just off. This pro red. Not that that matters. They can bond or answer it on a future. Yeah, I think that we missed our window and they are officially here. I think I do want this basic forest. I still haven't given up on them being a Blood Moon deck. Down to 3 cards in hand. Hard cast Temporal Mastery, sure. That, nothing. Like they drew a card, cast a card, didn't even play a land, Narset's out of activation, so that was not as bad as it looked. They are at the point where if they find Time Warp, Miko Koro can be activated. So Snapcaster Time Warp. Now they can attack for 2, so a otherwise blank Time Walk now also deals 2 damage. I guess they can decide if Time Warp is better or Lightning Bolt. Alright, they're going Bolt. I already know that there's a forest on top, and I do kind of want it, so I'll just let that die. Undoing. Oh, shit. Well, that's the case. I don't want this forest. Oh, wait, no, but I do want my Vizier. That was a nightmare. So I'll attack Narset for 1. And now they have a fresh 7. It's definitely dead here. Probably should have led on Devoted Druid, so if I get remanded, I could have So I have no faith that we can possibly win this game. They have, the 8 cards they're gonna see before I get to do anything have to be pretty blank. I guess Collected Company off the top could still play. I'll concede pretty soon, don't worry. I'm not gonna make everybody watch all of this. Now they have remand for the Collected Company also. Astral Vision, exile, abrade my creature. Okay, okay. Alright, fine. I've seen enough. I think I might want Gadok. So Camball is almost as good. Maybe? I don't actually know. Like, Gadok turns off all of my best cards, which also happen to be my instants, which are important both because they're my best cards and because we're playing against a blue deck with counterspells. Maybe Brenton Forge Tender should come in as an extra Giver of Runes. Just try to push my combo through faster. Knight of Autumn. That does kill Blood Moon and As Foretold, but I think if we get to that point of the game, I'm already dead. Maybe I do just need to be built for speed and bring some of these mana creatures back in. Nah, I still like the Thoughtseize better than the mana creatures. This is what I'm gonna do. Oh, maybe I should cut. Too late. I was about to say maybe I should just be mono fair cards. So the Gavany Township's kind of unfortunate, but Thoughtseize into Devoted Druid's pretty good. I am gonna keep this. So I could also It sucks that it's off my colors here. Yeah, I think I want to Thoughtseize into Devoted Druid. Yes. Alright, I'm at 15. Classic modern play pattern. Going to 15 on turn 1. Force of Negation, alright. Haven't seen that one yet, but I'm glad it got a Thoughtseize instead of a Court of Calling or a Collected Company. Something important must be to protect if that's doing for them. Visions. Deck. Alright, so I need a land and preferably a white source next turn. Don't have red mana. They had red mana. Alright, well, I can cast Collected Company. Oh, nice. So I think I want Brent Forge Tender more than I want Giver of Runes here. I want the effect to be immediate. And I want a Coco on their turn. I guess if they fetch, I should Coco then. They would need Force of Negation or something like Spell Pierce right now to stop this. Hope they don't have those. Alright, they didn't. It's good news. Vizier and Kitchen Finks. Or Vizier and Ranger Cap. Yeah, I think that's actually W. Ranger Cap searches. Wait, what the fuck just happened? Did I misclick that? So, what? Yeah, I must have misclicked somehow. God damn it. We just had the win. All right, I'm going to concede, but we get Ranger Captain. It searches for Walking Ballista. We have infinite mana. Britain Forge Tender protects the combo. Then on our turn, we sack Ranger Cap so they can't cast spells and just kill them. All right. Bummer. What did I do wrong there? All right, I'm going to rewatch that video real quick to make sure I don't do that again. Sorry, Eliana. Okay, so I figured out what I did. There is a little no button to the left of the OK button, which I guess if you've cast Collected Company once before, wouldn't really get you, or if you were really paying attention. But as I've said in the past, recording, narrating, monitoring the tech end all distracts me significantly. But I feel like this is bad UI. Normally, Magic Online has like an OK or cancel or OK or decline, but like putting no on the left, which is where I would expect the OK button to be, I don't know. Kind of sus, but I mean, obviously my fault. So, all right. Yeah, I'll play first in round 3. Lesson learned. I'll keep this hand. This has a turn 2 Ranger Captain. It does play Horizon Canopy as its only untapped land, though. To shake off the tilt from that last round. Losing games that we actually won. Thanks. Let's click. So yeah, turn 1 Noble Hierarch I think is better than turn 1 Giver of Runes given this hand. If they destroy Noble Hierarch though, again, the Giver of Runes. Yikes. I think having Ranger Captain in play against whatever's going on over there is going to be important. If they are something like Oops All Spells, I can make sure that they can't cast any spells. Do I want to get Ballista in hand, or do I want to develop my mana more? I already have most of my 1-drops in hand. Yeah, I'll just get Ballista. So the cool thing about Ranger Cap is if this is some sort of Oops All Spells Belcher deck, if they start committing to rituals, I can then sack Ranger Cap so that all their mana just goes away. That's dead. Pretty sure it's not plan A to Spike Field Hazard Noble Hierarch. Getting this into play. Now if I top deck Vizier, they're dead. Any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, draw that many +1. Yeah, this looks like Belcher, and I feel like Ranger Cap's just going to be insane. So they need to like commit enough to the stack that I pop my Ranger Cap, but then they need to have enough in the tank left over next turn to reload. Not a good spot for them. And Simian Spirit Guide is banned. So that's one less thing I have to worry about. They Desperate Ritual, they could play the Belcher. And it's just in play for next turn. Yeah, this is your last spell this turn. Will at least buy me one. Vizier. Shit. Have this. Or Giver of Runes and Eternal Witness getting back Ranger Cap. I think that's my best way to win this game. Like, hopefully, I guess if they play Belcher next turn, I just lose regardless. But yeah, I need to draw Vizier. Cord also wins the game. Selected company I can't cast. Yeah, if they just put Belcher into play this turn, even if they can't activate it, I'm in trouble for the following turn. I guess they could Spike Field Hazard Devoted Druid here too. I would untap it in response so it doesn't get exiled if that's what they do. But if they do that, that's just tapped. It's gone. So they either don't need that as a land or thought that they needed to do this more. Like, that's one less mana source they have, and constricting mana is the entire game against a deck like this. Cross the paths. Okay, so this lets them stack their deck. Reveal cards from your deck till you hit a land, and then put them back in any order, and they don't play any lands. So they're going to stack their deck. Let's get a look at this deck. 1, 4. Okay, there were 4 Belchers in the deck, so didn't need to stop them last turn. But now I have Ranger Cap again coming this turn. So, all right. Blood Moons I got to watch out for as well. Collector Oof is going to be my favorite sideboard card. Chemball, second favorite. Forge the Soul is kind of scary. Oh, okay. Oh, right. We are clashing, right? Yes, we are clashing. I am going to put this card on top of my deck. Oh, right. I guess I do need it to cast the Ranger Cap because dead. Not Kitchen Finks. That's the wrong one. Yes, get... This is going to get Birds of Paradise because I don't have a black source. Getting infinite life against this deck would be pretty good. Stop in their draw step. Like if they're trying to reforge the soul, then I don't mind about that. Like put Belcher on this deck. I don't like that so much. Yeah, so Miracle is a trigger. So you see that they're going to cast the Miracle before it actually goes on the stack, so that just straight up countered their reforge. Hopefully that screwed them up long enough. Thread the needle. Wireless tracker, definitely not what I'm into here. Gaining life's not going to matter. I think getting this Birds of Paradise into play so I can at least threaten something next turn. If I play Walking Ballista, that's 1, 5. That's actually lethal. So yeah, I'll just put Ballista in play. It's possible this Giver of Ruin should have been attacking the whole time too. So whatever's on top of their deck, they put there on purpose. But I think they may have expected to have 6 other cards with it. Got 5, 6. They are just dead on board. They don't clear the board or kill me. Shocked in a few 6 damage or here. They need 7 damage to actually defeat me. Or 7 life to actually... Someday I'll say the right thing. 7 mana to actually beat me with Belcher. 4 to cast it, 3 to activate it. Alright, they scooped it up. Didn't have it. Skipped a few Ranger captains together and got them down. That was pretty lucky, honestly. But this matchup's going to be bad. Alright, so Phyrexian Revoker, Gaddock Teague, Collector Oof, Thoughtseize all come in. Or Chemball coming in. Probably want Knight of Autumn as well. If they do have to cast Belcher and pass the turn, I want to be able to answer it. Shalai giving me Hexproof that straight up colds Belcher. So, or they would need to Belch and kill Shalai, then untap and Belch again to kill me. So, Port of Calling for that is pretty strong. Speed matters a lot. I think shutting them down is going to be more important than killing them. Right, so Seer, do I want to lose my infinite life combo? So basically, like Kitchen Finks doesn't do much except gain the infinite life. They don't have creatures. I don't need to fight them on board. Tireless Tracker is going to be no time for that. Yeah, I think getting rid of this combo and just stopping them from going off, it's the same as gaining infinite life in the matchup. Though gaining infinite life also stops them from going off. So it's chicken and egg, but I think that bringing in my hate cards is going to be better than in my life combo. What else is not so good? Ranger Cap is incredible. Eternal Witness might be slow. And yes, maybe walking. If my plan is to shut them down, but I guess I should leave in contact or like one piece as much of my combo as I can. So they need to fight through my hate and stop my combo. Yeah, I think that's the position I want to put them in. I gotta cut one more card here. It might be Collected Company, so that's just another card that can find Cannonball or Oof. I'll give Reverence probably. It's less important cards. Alright, this is my deck. Got a Knock at Blood Moon for to fetch basics. Alright, basics achieved. So I can actually turn one Thoughtseize, turn two Gadokteeg here. That's completely insane. Assuming I get a turn. My hand is very good. I don't think this the modern build of this deck is very good at going off on turn one. I don't even know if it's possible. But it like the legacy deck is built to go off on turn one. It's kind of the deck's whole shtick, but this build is very. So I'm gonna get the Godless Shrine because that casts Thoughtseize this turn and Gadokteeg next. Or if this deck Gadokteeg and I want to take the Anger of the Gods. What does Ornithopter do? Why is this in the deck? Is there some sort of pivot? What are they doing? I'm worried about this. But I'm more worried about Anger of the Gods. Yeah, they can't cast Shatter Skull, Smashing, or Belcher with Teague in play, and Spike Field thing doesn't remove on its own. So that's my turn. Probably play the Talisman this turn. I'm suspicious of this Ornithopter though. Like, is that part of some sort of sideboard juke, or is there like some ritual that's like sack an artifact for red? I don't know. I don't think so. Do they just board into crane plating and ranch? More weird that they had it and didn't play it on turn one. Like, what is it for? Not putting it in. Put it down. Gadok. That is awkward with these two Cocos, but it's going to be worse for them than it is. And hopefully by the time they can remove Gadokteeg, if they can remove him at all, I will be able to Coco after he's removed and maybe flip in to or Cannonball. So Cannonball is not really that good against this deck. It's good at, if they're not going off, it's good at keeping them from going off. I'll get recover. Are you serious? Your land is just also that? And can't even like play spells into this now. Yeah, that's fucking brutal. That was the perfect draw. Wow, absolutely miserable. Take two. Yeah, like I could have played Walking Ballista, deal one extra damage to them, but that's not a good use of my mana. I do have the entire combo into play, so let's map this out. They play Anger, I play Druid. They play Belcher, I play Vizier. Okay, so I am actually winning right now, assuming they can't play and activate Belcher. All right, if they can't belch me right now and can't remove Druid, I'm gonna win. Well, combo is just here in hand. Oh shit. Well, there's that. What's it like to top deck Anger the Gods into Ironclad Feet? Okay, fine. I'll let them belch me so I can see their deck. Trying to figure out what this Ornithopter is for. Leyline of Sanctity. It's like they have one Leyline of Sanctity. It's a weird number of that card to play. I literally don't see a reason for Ornithopter to be in this deck. If you understand this, please tell me in the comments. I don't get it. Okay, I mean, that was about the best hand that I could muster against them, and I did what I was supposed to do, and they runnered me. But let's just get back in. Same deck. Handball, not super great on turn 3. If I had a mana creature, I would keep this. Yeah, Shalai also coming out a little slow here. Yeah, I would keep this hand if any one of these cards was a mana creature, but they're not. This one is better. I have a pretty quick Chord of Calling. And I'm gonna send the Knight of Autumn. A Knight of Autumn is fine, but I'm just not convinced that's what this game is about. Oh, there's a good target for Knight of Autumn. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to Walking Ballista them or Thoughtseize them. So I'm going to have to win in combat or remove the Leyline. That is a card in their hand. I don't think they would have kept a shitty hand just because that has Leyline. I don't know. We'll see. Balaged Recovery, huh? Into Ironcrag Feet. We're in hard mode now. That. Okay. That is good. I'm gonna get a basic so I don't get Blood Mooned out of this game. Basic Forest because I am still trying to get up to Chord of Calling. I'm not attacking here because I want to protect my combo piece. So if I draw, or oh no, I need to wait another turn. This came into play in the wrong order. If you play Druid, then Chord for Vizier, you're off right away. Oh, here's the Ornithopter. Show me what that does. Like polymorph. I don't know what's happening. Oh, Infernal. That is, in fact, a card in your deck. And I'm just dead. Okay. I could shut them down on turn 3, but they turn 2'd me. Cool. Yep. All right. Got crushed by a faster combo deck. Did what I was supposed to do in game 2. Won game 1 somehow, but it wasn't good enough game 2, and I could board for Collector Oof on turn 3 if I get turn 3, but they just turn 2. You got it. Next round. On the play in round 4, and not particularly exciting. No mana acceleration, no way to get up to this collected company, nothing to do with it. I have Finks and Viscerus here. So if my next 2 draws are exactly land Vizier of Remedies, I can win, but I don't think this is a keep. Should have kept the first one. Okay, here's a hand. Keep it. Sending Knight of Autumn, July to the July or alright, I'm gonna keep July actually. Give me something to do with this mana. All to fives. Not a fan, but here we are. A snow forest, those are banned. Okay, we are playing against some sort of amulet deck. I think that attacking for one will be less good than saving a life. I'm gonna do my best not to 0-5 this league, though no promises. This is another faster, more busted combo deck than me. I have 3 mana to work with. Azusa, they're gonna cast Primeval Titan now, and then I guess Shalai at least absorbs some amount of damage from Valakut. That's not the scariest land, okay? Right? Could have been worse. We got here. Avony Township, not fighting. Saves me a life though. Alright, Shalai. Attacked me from Valakut. Probably should have attacked. These are both combo pieces, but I think theirs is more important than mine right now. I was thinking like I need my combo piece, but I actually don't compared to them. So they can bounce these growth chambers back and forth a number of times and just zillions of mana. Every time I get dunked on by a faster combo deck, it makes me not particularly interested in playing Modern, and also makes me feel bad for misclicking that Collected Company 2 rounds ago. That was my chance to win. Fact. Now they can play 4 lands per turn. All their lands are mountains for Valakut. They have 1 land drop left, I think, this turn, if I've kept count correctly. Or is it 2? Played this, yeah, they might have 2 left. If they do, I'm gonna get prime timed. That's a lot of Karus. So they have Forest, Selesnya Sanctuary, and 2 unknown cards in their hand. That is the right number to cast Primeval Titan. Five, 6. We're gonna have to pay for 2 packs in their upkeep. I assume they know how to do this. This is reckless. Yeah, the Primeval Titan pay for the extra packs. What do I need to draw here? Is there a draw in my deck? So. Yeah, Modern is a format that has always been defined by just going as fast as possible, and it's pretty miserable, honestly. So all of these have to target Shalai, but that doesn't really matter because they can just play lands and if I had devoted Druid in play, I guess that wouldn't even matter. Collected Company, can this win? I could hit Viscera Seer and Kitchen Finks off of this, so has to be both. Giver Runes and Noble Hierarch, that's not it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, are they dead? Oh no. They have the Dryad also. So 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. They don't have 4 green, except they do because they have Dryad. So yeah, if I could have removed Dryad from play, if I hit Knight of Autumn on that, I would have actually won that game because they couldn't pay for their packs. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So I did have an out. Court of Calling would have won the game. Alright, what the hell do I do against this deck? Path to Exile for the Primeval Titans, I assume is part of the plan. Thoughtseize probably helps. I don't know, this sucks. Their deck is just very good against me. Knight of Autumn would have won me that last game, but I don't think that necessarily means I want it in the deck now. For Captain, Tracker is not something I'm going to have time for. I don't think I'm going to have time to Eternal either. This matchup is got to be just about speed. Infinite Life does win this matchup though, so I will leave all of those combos in. Can I play less Sphinx, or do I just need all of it all the time? I'm frequently tempted to shave a Vizier, because like Devoted Druid is the one you need to draw on time and cast early, and then Vizier goes off with. But Vizier you can search for Rococo in 2, and it's still good. But it is important to all of the combos. Giver of Runes is predicted. That's a card I should probably put out a lot more than I have been. Knight better than Giver, maybe. Yeah, I'll try this. Sure. This feels really bad all around. Yeah, everything I like about legacy decks that are able to interact and actually counter what an opponent's doing is even more true in Modern. This hand is not exciting, but I am going to keep it. I at least have some insulation against Primeval Titan and a Dryad Arbor, or Dryad of the Elysian as well. So, here we go. What do you got? You have the turn 2 Primeval Titan. I have Path to Exile for it. Could play Azusa. Play Dryad. I'll need guard. Does that matter? So I think I want a Knight of Autumn this Tribe Scout. I'm gonna Knight of Autumn the Dryad. Or I could Thoughtseize. If I can Thoughtseize stripping Primeval Titan and Path Dryad, that might be a better line. Take a look. Alright, Summoner's Pact is gone. They have Pact of Negation as well. Let's rip this thing out of here. Okay, so they're on Snake Tribe Beatdown, but if they do top deck a Titan, it got. Next turn I can Knight the Amulet unless I draw a land, and then I can Oko. So I'm not going to fetch now because I actually want to draw a land. Alright, if they drew anything good, they would have not made this attack. Have perfect information. Right. Got need a second white source, I guess. So I have a number of double white cards, and I want as much green mana as I can get for the cord. So now I'll destroy Amulet. They Pact of Negation this. I think they can actually pay for it with the scouts, but then their hand would be completely empty, and they lose their whole turn. And they just have the mana to activate Castle Garenberg whenever they want. So this game is going to come down to drawing Primeval Titan or not. And they can use this pact. So now that they actually can't now that the amulet is gone. This cord's probably going to have to go for a Birds of Paradise up here. To start casting spells. Right to me. That's pretty good. I'm just going to accompany now. Let them die in their upkeep. Act it. Alright, I will click the OK button instead of the No button this time. Now I can attack. I was saving the Knight because it's mana for cord, but now I have lots of mana. That was a really good Thoughtseize. Got another Castle Garenberg. Alright, we still have perfect information about their hand. Still have perfect information. By company, oh, there's Vizier, never mind. So, play Vizier instead. So long. Probably won't take that long, but if we're winning a game for the first time, it can take as long as it wants to. Hopefully they'll just concede to the Shalai. Get out, you monster. Alright, good. Thank you. It is reasonable to make your opponents click out combos on Magic Online. The clock is a viable win condition, etc., etc. However, I am always grateful when my opponent doesn't do it. So, Knight of Autumn was actually pretty dope. I want another. A Giver of Runes, I don't see that being super protection from but I don't really think that's the game I want to play. Okay, let's do that again. This hand does not disrupt them at all. Doesn't even cast the combo piece I have. I have Thoughtseize but can't cast it. This is a keep. I'm gonna put back Finks and Hierarch. I'm just trying to go fast here. If they have a like turn 2 or 3 Goldfish, they're gonna get me. Amulet of Vigor, keeping 7 card hands, all 3 games. Pretty good. I'd play that deck too if I got that. Let's see, am I dead? Yup. Oh, good. That was actually basically the perfect draw. I get to seize you and cast my Druid. Oh, good. Wow, their hand is not good. Okay. I want to get. I think I can just get a basic. Save the life. I have black mana here. I also have bird, so. Alright, we need to dodge a top deck or two here. I get to Coco next turn. If it hits Vizier, we're infinite. Play Growth Chamber if you didn't draw a spell. Primeval Titan. What a world. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now they get the thing and the other thing. They attack. They get 2 Valakuts. That is 6 lands in play. They shock my 2 creatures, and I'm dead. Okay, whatever. Nice job. What are you gonna do? On to the final round. Right, I'm on the play for the keepable 7. That hasn't happened in a while, so I'm excited about it. So, unless I draw another combo piece, I think I'm gonna Finks on. If they kill my bird, I'll just my other bird. Guess I don't get a choice. They'll probably take Tireless Tracker though. Any deck with Inquisition in it probably does Tireless Tracker. Unless they have another removal spell, because then they could strip Finks, and then because can't make a land drop this turn. Do I want Finks? Do I want to just shit out my mana? I'm actually gonna do this. Probably, but they are Death Shadow. That attack might have helped them. They are just trusty old Jund. Oh, they are in fact trusty. Pretty glad I saved the collected comp. So I want to just attack for 1. Yeah, having 6 mana on turn 3 against the deck that's trying to prepare. So Jund is full of removal and disruption, mean things that are bad for decks like this one. Card to draw 2, get some, get 2 elements. See what we get. Spin the wheel. Vizier. Actually not great, but this Kitchen Finks is now completely immortal. I'm gonna slow roll this land because they do play Thoughtseize and Inquisition. I want to make them wonder. Getting in for damage here. So Giver can protect Vizier and Kitchen Finks can protect me. So this is 10 that Coco did not hit as hard as I would have. Bloodbraid Elf. Good living. Armagoyf. Finks can fireboard. For now. Back to be had there. Bottom. Probably just play. Back for 1. They need 2 removal spells to break up the Kitchen Finks. They can also just start smashing around it pretty. Might regret discard Assassin's Trophy. Sweet metal is it. So I'm gonna discard this land. I don't think they would have plus Lily on it if I didn't do that, and I'm fine with that. That's one in our hand as well. I'm ready to just pop off if I find any reasonable top deck. Alright, these can eventually punch around the Kitchen Finks. Sort of calling. Maybe I should attack Lily. I have a lot of birds. Yeah, they're at the point where they have enough power that they can probably just start mashing, and I have to respect it. But third 5/6 Tarmogoyf. They can be bigger. Yeah, they don't have any dead creatures, so they can exchange. They don't have any instants either. They can. Oh yeah, Assassin's Trophy. So they can pop off my graveyard and creatures, and they get to draw. Oh, that actually stops the Kitchen Finks combo. So I don't know why they didn't attack there. They have me books. Feel like they should have been bashing. That's actually just a really perfect card here. Wow, they don't know how it works. That's why they did that. Oh wow, okay. I'll take that gift. They had just attacked with all their creatures last turn. I was dead. 6/7 Tarmogoyfs now. Trouble to any spell. I'm gonna double block, try to work these out of play. If they ever remove a spell for Vizier, then this is kind of a blowout. Not, I take 10. I actually get a trade back. God. Can I draw one of my combo pieces, please? It's been a while. Miss out a little bit. As far as bad cards go, card. Would have been better several turns. This at least neutralizes the elements. Damn it. Alright. So we bricked off for 5 or 6 turns and then lost, so cool. Here comes everything. So blocks are here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's Xaxes, so I do have to block with everything. Blocks. Activate. That'll keep these two alive. The Finks will come back with a -1 counter on it, but Gavany Township can that counter. Their Vizier. It's too little too late. Probably, but let's check it out. So what happens if I just attack? Because Liliana can minus at this point, and removing a creature is actually that's not true. It just eats the Finks and it comes right back. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I can attack for 7, but they're at 14, which is not favorable mathematics for me. So I'll play this Vizier. I'm not dead on board, but it's not good. I actually didn't count Raging. Am I dead on board? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Liliana was ready to pop off, wasn't she? Yep, bricked off hard. My collected company was mediocre, and then I just drew 3 or 4 lands in a row and mana. So against Path to Exile, Dater, Tireless Tracker, this is what probably gonna have Anger of the Gods as well. I think I should go a lot thinner on the cards. Not particularly viable here. I think Knight of Autumn does much other than have a large body. I don't want to not have the combo in my deck, but it's definitely less important. I'm gonna cut 2 more cards. Still want, I still do want to hit. I guess mana dorks are worse here because every card has to matter. Joker could turn off Lilian. That doesn't matter either. Oh, sad times. close to a hand I'd want to keep. I'm actually going to keep it. They're Jund, they're full of discard. Trying to find like a perfect 5 just gets collapsed by Inquisition of Kozilek anyway. There are lands in the deck, 20. So if I find one, it's perfect. If not, I can play my other Birds of Paradise and my Mother, whoever this is. I prefer the discard spell to the lightning bolt, so I'll take that. Giver, okay, so they must have a pretty heavy hand. Fuck. I want Vizier. Like, I want to use all my mana. I don't want to play the other bird here. Getting, like, that indestructible Sphinx kept the last game under control for a really long time. These colors online. Back if they have remove. Anger the Gods. Puts me up here. Played around Liliana as best I can. Brennan 6, that's pretty. It's actually really. It's not Anger the Gods though, so I will take out of here. I'm gonna try to get. I think if they had Anger, they would have played it last turn. That was a really juicy one. So they could have angered, then played Brennan 6 on an empty board. So try to get this Giver of Runes in play and active now. Or they Bloodbraid Elf into Giver. Cavity Town. To get my hand empty here. So that turns off discard at least, and they've shown me they don't really have. Now we wait. This is the game Jund wants to play. Fortunately, we played right into it. A lot of Tarmogoyfs. It's one of the better cards against me. Of calling. So I think I want to hold this and see how turn Duskwatch Recruiter is going to spell. That's not readable, right? 2, 3. If I can do it for 5, Shalai probably seems pretty clear. 5. They can bring back Croxa this turn if they. Plus or minus. All right. Let's go time on this chord. do I want Shalai, or is the captain? I would just discard whatever I get immediately. Vizier, probably just Shalai. Pretty sure she's still. Aaron Crusader, actually, this game. So would Shalai. Yeah. Having hexproof and all my creatures having hex and putting counters on everything seems pretty far away from. But flying creature also a big deal. So I can get Sorcerer. Got that I have the werewolf is flipped, but I'm about to flip it back, so that's actually. Yeah, I probably actually wanted that up. A white mana available. Mistake. So I can start going face, or I could just work Liana down. I think I want to go face first. They can't minus me any July. Paradise. Grinder the guy. Oh, I could have stopped it. Yep. Hope they didn't draw it. I had the opportunity. But Croxa can come back this turn. Opponent. So this doesn't target, gets around Shalai. It keeps Duskwatch Recruiter from flipping as well. Trying to figure out why, if it's important, Nana at a lower number than 6. Like next turn I'll attack her for. It's important this turn. Big attack. Yeah, I'll pressure Liliana next turn, I guess, but I can activate Duskwatch Recruiter in their end step. Dig for another creature. Next turn I actually have enough mana to activate Gavany Township. That's just more of the same. I'm not super worried about it. They attack with their chunkers, I can block with Finks, and then Gavany Township will throw the persist. Crocs is worth attacking with though, because it does the extra 3. Happy to trade. All that life back. Cast spells this turn, so my werewolf. Or I'm gonna get Devoted Druid and set up a 2. Attack Lily. Off of 6. Not that didn't matter either. What am I even doing? July stops that from happening, so that wasn't necessary. I might have had lethal there if I thought about it. Fast and loose. Line me up. That's my style. I think it's time to sack my rank captain. I just don't want to get Anger the Godded here. Umberglyphs are small because they back Croxa. That's cool. So by attacking Liliana, because I forgot that the ultimate also targets, I gave up my 2-turn clock. Not playing well. So now I can activate Gavany Town, activate Shalai. With Devote. Gavany. Attack them for 6. Alright, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers, and they go to 3. They can block 1, 2, 3. 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could have turned that sooner. Just that Liliana distracted me for no reason. Like I just had Shalai shutting it down. I don't think my sideboard plan changes. I like what we were doing in that game. Felt like a good split between playing fair and playing to the board, and also a combo. Could bring in one more Vizier, but if I do, what do I cut? Kind of like this. Yeah, Vizier is definitely the worst card if you're not comboing. Cards at least have text. This hand is a solid one. Getting up to this double Coco is going to 6. Okay. A lot worse, of course. All their land drop. So I am just... I can leave it in my hand and set up a full combo turn. But this Ren is a bit... They know about the 2 collected companies, so we'll see what they want to do about that, because just eating creatures into play is pretty strong. Like that big 2 for 1. Love that. I'll discard the Vizier. Help in here. solid draw. This is resistant to Liliana. Like the Tireless Tracker would have come died. So I do like that. Now it's a tough choice of discard Tireless Tracker. Like the fuck it YOLO play is discard the land and hope to draw another one. Coco off. All your options still available, though I think the smart play is to discard Tireless Tracker and then just get your Coco. Could also minus Liliana, minus Ren to get Kitchen out of play permanently. So I think blessing Liliana basically forced at this point because they know about these collected companies and doesn't get them. Thoughtseize does. See? So they are up on Finks. Probably going to minus the Ren to push it off. Card's a card. I'm going to discard the tracker. Pretty close to. Double Hierarch was a pretty good draw because I am not interested in that card anyway. I want a Coco in the end step if I can, because I don't want Ren to be able to pick things off. Alright, they don't seem to care. I want as few options as possible, but they've activated both their cards in hand. Let's see if one of them. Having the empty board is nice, because that means a lot of Bloodbraid Elves things it could like if this hits some removal spell. Has this ever hit anything other than they've cast 3 of them and I think they all hit Tarmogoyf. See what we got. Help me out here, Doc. Ooh, ring. Okay, not no. I keep going to that. I'm pretty sure that's different than every other. Look, yes is on the left and no is on the right for every other time you select anything on Magic Online. So I could get Brenton Forge Tender. That is pro red straight up against the Ren and 6 and the Black Elf. But it is likely that that matters. Maybe I just want to get Viscera Seer. Oh, Liliana's ready to go. That's bad. Actually, I think I do want to get Viscera Seer. I have 5 mana now because I hit a bird. Maybe just trying to flip left in the deck because I out. Now I'm looking kind of foolish for making that choice, but at the same time, it's like if the game didn't work out this way, that card is just really bad. So I want to now try to spike something. What can I spike here? I can't hit Shalai. I could hit Eternal Witness or Tracker. Yeah, I guess I want to Coco first. Oh, I hit the Vizier and Eternal Witness. Which can get back Finks, but I'm a mana short. God, that sucks. Do I just want to get 2 Witnesses and get back my 2 Cocos? Is that how we're going to play this game? I don't have a whole lot of time to play that game. I think I want Witness, Vizier. They can just kill. Yeah, I should have got back two. Should have got two. Get two back. Yeah, I can't put any pressure on this. She's just gonna get to go active. Probably just give me piles where it's like that can't block or I land can't win either. Reason to respond to this. Guess I'll just see what they give. That's nice. My cards are still tapped in this bonus zone. Looks like we're gonna 0-5 this league. Sorry, Eliana. One of them was a misclick though, to be fair. And I did face down some pretty savage top decks. That Belcher deck grew their Belcher and then drew Ironcrag free back to back, and then I thought seized the Amulet player, and they just drew Primeval Titan immediately. So unreasonable things occurred. I think it's safe to say. Pile 2 sacrifice. I want to sack this pile. Ren can kill one of these, and then 5. Also have a give another. All right, yeah. So I'm just even found the fatal push, which is on because they sacked Liliana. All right, this league. That was a good game. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna take it all back. So even though we 0-5'd, the Blue Moon League was actually really interesting, and we only lost because I misclicked. And the Jun League was really interesting too. That was good back and forth magic. We got straight dumpstered by one faster combo deck, and then we got top decked out by 2 other faster combo decks. So if we're in a world where Modern is just full of combo decks trying to combo, I don't think I would want to play a deck that doesn't have main deck disruption. Like, I would want these Thoughtseizes in the main, though I don't know if that really works for the deck, because this is kind of a toolboxy main deck. I'm also sure I didn't play. Like, I never played this deck before. There were a couple of times where I noticed where I messed up, and then there were a bunch of times where I'm sure I didn't notice that I messed up. But I would want something more interactive than this in this wide open format where everyone is just trying to dump combos onto you. So that's my thought about that. The deck is fun though. Working through the lines is fun. When you get to do your thing, that's also fun. So I get the appeal of the deck. Probably not where I'd want to be in Modern right now, but it is cool. I get it. So thanks for watching, Eliana. Thanks for the list, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.